Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Achiro Agnes Otie, a medical student from Gulu University. Today we are going to learn how to create table of content. Before we go to the practical bit of it, table of content is used in research work. It is also used in a textbook. For those of you who have ever read textbook, you'll find that just few pages after the cover page, there is a table of content, meaning that reader is trying to direct you where there is that topic and where the page is, so that you go straight away to that page and you find that topic. So table of content is also used in a research work, whereby after finalizing your research work, you have to give table of content for your work. So that table of content is going to help somebody who is going through your work to locate where all the headings are. For example, when a person wants to see how you have determined your sample size, can just go to that particular page, then find and then determine the sample size of your work. So table of content is very important. So let us pay attention as we go through the practical bit of it, and we should really know how to create table of content for our work. So here we are going to come and look for a work from a desktop, then we'll see how we can really do our practice in it, how we can really create table of content from there. So here is the work, so you can look through the work and you see, like for this work, you can see it's not even having pages, so we are going to first insert pages for this work. You come and insert. Then you go to page number, there is a drop down arrow here, then you come to bottom here, then you do that. So the work is now having all the pages. So we go ahead to create our table of content. So if you are to create table of content, so you look for all the heading and you have to assign heading to all the heading in your text. So what you're going to do, you're going to highlight this, then you're going to come here to heading. Can be heading 1, heading 2, or heading 3. So here we are going to put declaration and heading 1 here. We continue to look for another heading. So here we have got approval. Approval also need to be given a heading. Here we are going to give 1 to approval. We continue to look for another heading. In the text, there is also this one. You highlight this, then you give the heading 1. Yes, you continue to look for another heading. There is this one. What you do, you highlight, then you give the heading. Yes, we are still continuing to look for heading. So we have read chapter 1. You have to highlight chapter 1 like this, then you give a heading 1. Under chapter 1 there is introduction. So what you do, you come and highlight this 1.0. So you highlight that, then you come and give heading 2. You can also see it is already taking us there. So under chapter 1 there is background. You come and highlight the background, you give heading 2. You continue looking for the heading in the work. So here we have got problem statement 1.2. You highlight, then you give heading 2 like that. So we continue to look for heading. There is general objective here. You highlight like that, then you give heading. You give heading 2. Yes, you continue like that. You come here, you highlight this. This is heading 3. You come and put it there. Yes, you continue. There is research question here. You highlight. This is heading 3. You give that. You continue. There is a significance of the study 1.4. You highlight, you give heading 2 for that matter. You continue to look for heading. There is 1.5 here. You're going to give heading 2. You come here again. You highlight this. is 1.5.1. You come and give heading 3. You continue, you look for a heading. Here, you highlight all of this, you give heading 3 to that. You continue, come here, you highlight this, you give heading 3. Yes, you continue to look for where there is heading. There is chapter 2 here. You're going to highlight, you give heading 1. Under chapter 2 there is introduction, you highlight introduction, you give heading 2. You come here, 1.2, you highlight that and you give the heading 2. You continue to look for a heading in your text. So every heading needs to be assigned or given a heading. Yes, this is heading 2. You assign there. You continue looking for heading. So if you find that you have all allocated the heading to their respective levels, then you can now do what you are supposed to do. So there's still heading, we are still continuing with that. So there is chapter 3, methodology. So you highlight and assign heading 1 here. Then you go to introduction. Under chapter 3, you go and assign heading 2. You continue. Study design 3.1. You highlight, then you give heading 2. You continue like that. After here, studying area, you also give heading 2 like that. You come to population size. Population study, population study, you come here, you highlight, then you give heading 2. You come here also, you give the heading to this particular heading. You continue. So after you have given the heading all, then now you have to look for where you're going to put the table of content. You go through your work, you see where you're going to create table of content. So if you want it to be here, you click here, then you go to reference here, then a table of content is right here. You click that, then you come to automatic table 2. You see here, you click that. We should be in position to have our table of content created. Yes, so here is our table of content. All in all, we have created our table of content successfully and automatically. So it has really saved us from creating it manually. So automatically is really just very easy to create table of content. So for this matter, don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're very welcome. Next time, thank you.